Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back at it. Got a lot of good news here coming out of minicamp here. Cowboys have finished all their OTAs, all the off-season program is out of the way. They're off now for 5 weeks. So, got a lot of good news here coming out. Last episode, we talked about Byron Jones. Became a bit of a hot topic for some. Some people get offended when you talk about their favorite player. You know, that's not my intention here at all. You know, we're trying to be as objective as possible about each and every player here. If you don't hear something that you don't like about your favorite player, don't take it personal. It's business, okay? We're just analyzing people here, dude. We're not going after people or hating on people. We're just telling it how it is, okay? So this is serious. We're talking players here. They're doing things here in the off-season OTAs. We talked about stacking practices. And speaking of Byron Jones, he's doing things, you know. This is what I want from him, you know. I want him to step up and be that leader. We've been talking about that, you know. He needs to do that, you know. We talked about that. He's got to take that leadership role. That's exactly what I talked about here, you know. We want these young leaders to step in for these guys that left the team. And he finished the OTAs here on a strong note, you know. He breaking up passes left and right and got into it with Jason Witten. So that's what we want to see. You know, we don't want to see the same old. He can't have that kind of season. He's gotta be like this. This is what he's got to do. He's got to get turnovers though. All right, batted balls and all that that's good. He's been doing that. He's good at that. But you got to get the turnovers too. So let's hope he can add that into his game. But that's good. That's good to hear from him. You know, we want all of our players to do good. You know, it's a team effort. We want success for everybody, whether you love or hate certain players. At the end of the day, we want all these guys to do good, right? And so that's what it is. So speaking of the defense, Dez Bryant had some good accolades here for them. We'll take a look at this, okay? Dez Bryant impressed by rookie cornerbacks Chidobe Awuzie and Jordan Lewis. Before it's all said and done, you guys are gonna know their names. I agree. You know, these guys came in here from big programs for the most part, and they came in here to fill a need for us, a big need in the secondary. So getting this work in with all the secondary guys, you know, we have a really good group of guys here. Going into the draft and the offseason, it was probably our weakest point. You know, we lost a lot of people. But all of a sudden, we have people in here, man. I'm happy about this, you know. Just the possibilities of the defense really stepping it up here. The secondary, you know, coming together as a brotherhood, you know, build that camaraderie with the younger guys. So Anthony Brown, making plays, doing his thing. He's going to be right into it. Orlando Scandrick, he's doing things here. Everybody has elevated their play here. And Dez Bryant, you know, he notices that. He's been here for a while. He's seen all these cornerbacks. He feels that like this group here really challenged them the most. So that's good news. That's good to hear. All right. These guys are focused. They have a laser focus right now. They stacked a lot of good practices. All right. These guys are on a mission. There's not going to be any kind of, we're going to come out here and lay an egg, come out here flat and that kind of thing. They want this. All right. You gotta like what we're reading and seeing and everything out of the news. The other guy we want to talk about here, Jalen Smith. Obviously, Gil Brandt. Check a look at this. Tremendous workout by Jalen Smith at Cowboys minicamp today. Doesn't look like he's lost any speed. Big test will be in pads in camp. That's good. It's just more of what we've been hearing about Jalen Smith. Looking good out there. He's got speed. He's able to move around. You know, we're not hearing bad reports. That is a very good sign. You know, we're not hearing things here that he's limping around or unable to pursue or, you know, make his assignments and that kind of thing. So he's looking good here, but this is true. The big test, the pads come on, that's going to be the big test. And I think it's another one that he's going to pass. Mind over matter. This guy's been doing it, getting it done. He knows what he needs to do. I'm not really worried about him at all. The other issue here that we're talking about, Cole Beasley didn't do anything in OTAs for the most part. he revealed that he's been on a kind of dealing with a hamstring issue here for 7 months. Team doctors are calling it hamstring tendonitis. Take a look at the slide here. This is just a little look at here. You got your hamstring muscles and your hamstring tendons. So when you have hamstring tendonitis, it's not so much the big muscle there in the back of your leg. It's behind your knee. And this is kind of common in football. From what I've read up on this, researched it here. Basically comes from when you're changing speed on the fly while you're running. And obviously that's what Beasley does. You know, he wants to turn on the jets, catch the ball. He's good at getting those first downs. That's what he does. Catches the ball, turns on the jets. So he was able to play through this. Now, this doesn't require surgery. However, reading upon some articles here, if he pushes it too hard, he can rupture one of those hamstring tendons, and that would wipe him out for the year. They're going to be very careful with him. All right, they're going to be careful with him. I really honestly don't expect him to get too much work in training camp. Obviously, he's going to get in his work, but he might be on one of these schedules where he's one day on, one day off, right, to see how his body reacts to the field here. Good thing we have Ryan Switzer. Might be part of the reason why they drafted him. All right, not to say that this is the reason, but it's good to have him here. All right, looks like he's fitting in here quite well. Doing things here with Dak Prescott, getting the rapport, valuable snaps during the OTAs and minicamp. Very good. All right. The other guy here, Jeff Heath, making plays last couple of days here in minicamp. 2 interceptions. And again, this is what we want to hear. We want to hear these young guys taking on leadership roles. Jeff Heath, Byron Jones, these guys. Jeff Heath, obviously, he will be moving into a starter role. We're kind of assuming that right now. It's not a done deal, but he looks to be a leader. And it looks like he's making plays. He has a knack for the ball. We talked about it here briefly, but he does have a knack for the ball. And somebody that we need to keep an eye on, right? We want playmakers. We got to get these turnovers, and he gets them. All right, so you got to go with your best players. Training camp is going to delve all this out. So, you know, we got 5 weeks here now of off time as far as Cowboys news. Cowboys will keep making roster moves here. I wouldn't be surprised if they add some people here. But for the most part, it'll be quiet. For us at the channel, we're going to keep on reporting here. We're going to do some more coverage here, obviously, and talk about Cowboys in general and just, you know, break down position groups and that sort of thing. I do have a giveaway here. I'll have that video here this weekend here. Really appreciate all you guys, all right? So appreciate everybody's input, everything. You guys rock it out on a daily basis. Can't do this without you guys at all right? It gives me the motivation to come back here and obviously make videos on a daily basis when possible. That's what we're trying to do here, right? So that's it, guys. We'll see you here for the next video. Thanks, guys.